My name's Joanne McCall, and I'm the founder of McCall Media Group. McCall Media Group really helps entrepreneurs to become visible in a very, very noisy, busy marketplace. So what I do is through media, other media, and you media, which is your own content generation, I help people to really get visible so that their market sees them, loves them, buys their products or services. Entrepreneurs, experts, authors, small business people, those who are coaches, experts in their fields, what are your values? What do you represent? What do you love in life? What would media find really interesting? What's the hook that grabs people and makes them want to listen to what you have to offer? I've always been interested in helping people get their message out into the world. That's what I do. I really believe that the way you work and the way you work out is the same thing. When you're working out, you have to be persistent, you have to be consistent, and you have to push through when it gets tough. And it's the same in your business when you're working. There's going to be times when it's tough. Do you stop or do you push through? That's what purpose allows us to do. As a publicist, I'm told no all the time. In fact, I read this statistic once that a publicist hears no more often than a telemarketer and a 2-year-old put together. Do you think that stops me? Oh no. Having a purpose, I believe, drives everything. It's the way to success. 3.5 years ago, my sister passed away of a very rare form of cancer. And 2 days before she passed, she said to me, I can't believe that I didn't go after my dreams. I reflected on that a lot. And then I made a decision that if anybody wanted to get their message out there about their business, I would help them do that. I took a job at a conference and retreat center as their PR director and their special events manager. And about 6 months into that, the executive director got a major book deal. And they said to me, well, we want to put our executive director on a 25-city tour. Will you work with the publisher putting that together? I said, yeah. So it didn't take me long to realize putting together a 25-city tour, being the PR director and the special events manager was more than I could do and do this tour justice. So I set up a meeting with the executive director. I went in and I sat down, I handed her my resignation. And then I handed her a proposal. I said, I'm going out on my own. I want you to be my first client. And she blinked about 3 times and she said, okay. And that's what launched me. From there, I've had employees that have worked for me. I now work with a lot of subcontractors all over the country. I've got editors, ghostwriters, other publicists, graphics people. It's just grown every step of the way. So I've worked with many different publishers, large ones like Simon & Schuster, Random House, Penguin Putnam, although they've now merged. Many of the major publishers. I've worked for medium-sized and small publishers. I've worked with, for a number of years, with Brian Tracy, Dave Ramsey, Janine Roth, and I've also worked with many who were consultants, not so well known, but got very well known in their particular niche. So I actually have a program that has all the educational pieces in it that you need to understand about doing media, doing publicity, and doing marketing. And so someone can purchase that program for a very low price point and learn a lot. So these are the people who want to do it themselves. They're building businesses, many of them, and you've got to be watching where you're spending your dollars. So I wanted to have a product and a training for them that they could afford and that they could know how to do this. And so they can do that themselves. And then if they want to go further than that, they can work directly with me where we would apply those principles to their particular situation. Media Bootcamp is specifically for those who want to do top-tier media. How do you get on the Ellen Show? How do you get on the Today Show? How do you get on some of the major websites, the big ones? How do you do that? And that's what I teach people to do. I actually had an opportunity to move to New York. There's a part of me that is somewhat tempted just because it would be exciting. But I know myself better than that, and I need a garden, and I need to have trees, and I need birds, and I need that for my soul. And so I am in Oregon, and specifically on Cooper Mountain in Aloha, because it's beautiful. It feeds me in ways that are hard to describe, that I know living in a city just wouldn't do it. And in this day and age, I don't have to be in a city. I fly to New York. I love New York for about 4 days, and then I'm ready to go home. Technology now is wondrous. It's opened the doors to having and living the life that you really want to live. I can go out in a boat and go salmon fishing with my laptop. I've done it. Because I just needed that one call or that one email. So that's why I live there. The American dream is being able to live the life that you want to live. I am living it because I live in a place that's beautiful. I've got work that I love. I have friends and family that support me and love me. I have clients that I appreciate beyond what I can even say. And I just feel privileged to do what I do. And that to me is the American dream.